Hello and welcome back to Challenger League. We are here live in the WGG Esports studio for what could be 9 games on the day. We've already had 6.
Or 2/3 of the way there.
We've had both of them go all the way.
I don't want any 8-game day shenanigans. None of that.
It's cringe.
It's pretty cringe.
It's
7
cringe if
games,
we have 8.
cringe. 6 games, I'll take it.
6
9 games, that's it.
6 games is good. It's like quick. Me and Chronicler had that day where it was like 6 quick games and it was a lot of fun. It was like craziness. It was great. But we also need a 9-game day, especially you and I. We need it.
We haven't had it
lives.
yet. It's our turn. And I'm going to get what I deserve in all this. Live Sandbox versus Kwangdong will be the matchup. Live Sandbox only a game ahead, but they have definitely been the stronger team. And that's saying something when you consider that Live Sandbox have also had some pretty weak results themselves and have looked shaky at best. Taking that upset win over Hanwha Life earlier in the season was the peak of this squad thus far. But we'll see if they can take out Kwangdong Freaks here in a 2-0. I think they are the massive favorites. And with the power of Varus, with how strong this champion is right now, and how commonly picked, and Bull being on Kwangdong Freaks, could play a factor in this series.
Yeah.
Valdez is not happy about it, but I think it will play a factor in this series.
The Varus is, it feels like if you can get a window of like 5 seconds, you're going to blow someone up. You're going to do insane damage. It's going to be crazy. But a lot of the times you just get behind and then you don't get those 5 seconds. You get like 2 seconds. And then you just die. But maybe they can make it work. I don't know. A lot of people are playing it. Obviously, it's working in scrims. It's working on stage from time to time. So they're going to keep trying. And we'll have to wait and see.
Now, this is our highest average game time also of the teams we've seen thus far. 33.5 minutes on the dot here. That's 2 minutes to 2.5 minutes higher than our average game time in Challengers. So this team can drag these out even in losses. They are very resilient, which I think is going to be a huge boon for them going into a team that hasn't made the best decisions in mid to late game. And the laning phase can sometimes go fine for Kwangdong Freaks. Gucci fan with a cool drawing there. First win, then get POG. It's only a 2-step process. It says, better do it. You gotta do it. The resemblance is uncanny.
Yes. I don't really know what to expect from this series. I think that it should be 3 games. We were expecting it to be 3 games. But now that we're here, I'm like worried. I don't know. I'm like, I don't know. Maybe Live Sandbox are just gonna like step up and take the series down real quick.
Yeah, because like I actually was. I know I told you about this, but I mentioned this on air earlier, I believe. But I was kind of like more worried about this series than I was the last one because Bro has looked a little bit better. On paper, the second series was definitely the one that we should have been most scared about. But this one is also not guaranteed to go to 3, right?
Yeah.
It needs to be back and forth. Look at the win rates here. Definitely a bigger disparity here for Kwangdong Freaks in terms of their blue side being the only side they've won on. They have not won a single game of red. So when you see stats like that, you know there's some draft issues on red side. When they don't get the prio picks, they haven't been able to come up with great counters. Some family members here, it looks like.
Yeah, Uncle's coming down to watch the game. That's when you know the pressure's on.
Courage fan there on their father, maybe potentially, or uncle on the right side. And
yeah,
the other one just said for all of the Kwangdong Freaks, who's cheering for the whole squad. As we'll see if they can impress, as Diablo will be the key player here for Live Sandbox, the AD carry, who's insanely young. Still a lot of growth to be had on this player. He's played 10 games of Aphelios this season. And I would not be surprised if that continues, but also picking up 2 games of Kaisa in this new meta.
Yeah. Kaisa could be a big point pick, as it has been in recent times. It's really strong. You can even shore up your AP with it from the bottom lane, and it's still really good.
It's wild that we live in a meta where 660 DPM is like middle of the pack.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cleaver, he has the lowest DPM of his position in the league, but he's playing more engage. But what I was going to say about the DPM, and like this is also a fairly similar situation in terms of how it's rolling, is that It's a snowbally meta where if you are winning, you will do a lot. If you are losing, you will do almost nothing. And so these averages are kind of going down a little bit, but it is quite critical that Diablo is still halfway to the top of DPM when you look at the 2-6 scoreline. Draven for Bull, gone.
Yeah. What are they gonna like Draven Varus Kaisa bands here on blue? That'd be fun.
That would be interesting. I don't think they will, but they could.
It's 4:15 a.m. I'm always down for 9 games.
That's right.
That's the energy we need in this chat.
Sejuani gone. I love to see that. That means we'll actually have potentially some top champion diversity. Yes, he's still 16, Diablo. Tristana gone?
He's not 16 until October. Diablo. He was born in 2007.
Oh, I thought he was... Okay, I thought he was turning 17.
Nope.
Green Age tricked me.
Got him.
Daihak is going to
is.
lock in the Kaisa for Diablo. We'll see the Renekton come through quickly. Is it just a Renekton and an Azir? Yep.
Why is Sejuani still such high prio? It goes really well with a lot of the top laners nowadays, and she's just a really reliable tanky jungler.
She also sets up long-range engage.
Yep.
She has set up and follow-up. Rel going to come through very early in this draft. They'll take the Jax into the Renekton. And if you want Alistar, we'll have to take it now so they can then ban more of Bull's champion pool away.
And they will. They will take the Alistar, and almost definitely they will.
The Varus is gone.
Yeah, ban the Varus.
The Varus is going to be gone.
The Renekton, the Azir, the flips for objectives. I feel like, you know, I really need to get that on my system. I just need to, like, say it every time. Because this is just the meta now. Like, every team plays it. It's not a Gen.G thing. It's like
I'm
a
just
totally
like Valdez. I think we don't have to say it anymore.
It's a totally different universe now.
It's actually the strongest solo lane setup in the meta. So
yeah,
it's that's what you're gonna see.
Why do I feel like people don't pick Jax Azir?
Just because I don't think the champions work together the same way.
I guess Renekton's just better for like front to back team fighting with Azir, which is what really Azir loves. So yeah, but Jax is really strong too.
Jax doesn't build Gore Drinker. I think that's why like, when Azir pulls people back, you know, you just get into the thick of things and really strong synergy there. Let's see what this final ban is going to be. Might be Ashe. Is my guess. It might also ban a jungler, but I don't know what you really want. Also, you haven't locked in your own jungler, so you'd be thinning your pool out as well substantially here. Might be Lee Sin if they're going to ban something. Wouldn't be shocked to see that taken away from Courage. Because despite Bull being... Okay,
Wait, why
Neela.
did they ban Poppy? Do they think this Jax is... Well,
I mean,
actually,
they just think it's gonna be Jungle Poppy.
I mean, they could have just taken it for themselves against Rela Jax and Kaisa, right? Like,
They've got something else planned.
that would have been good.
Viego is still up.
Ah, yes, the good old Xayah Alistar lane.
Yeah, I'm glad that we're not going to be seeing that.
That's like the weakest lane in this meta.
Okay, Annie's gonna make it through, and she will be locked in here, it looks like, for Guti. And then the final pick here is going to be that jungle pick. Lee Sin going to be taken away, so Vincenzo will pick it up. And now is the time to see...
Ah, yes. The Xayah Alistar lane. Well, Alistar's there to counter Rel in the team fights, and hopefully the Jax as well, and the Lee Sin. Also the Kaisa.
What about the Annie?
No, can't counter that. She's uncounterable.
But he could knock Tibbers out.
True, he could. That is a choice he could make.
I don't think he wants to make that choice. I think that's
that's
probably not the choice. But
worse than a ranked draft. Well, there's no Yasuo with Lee Sin.
people don't play Azir in ranked. That's a myth.
Yeah, that's a myth. Can't be worse because they don't play some of these champions.
Well, I think it's pretty safe to say we like Live Sandbox's draft more, but the top half of the map for Kwangtung was pretty good. It's the laning phase with the Xayah Alistar into Kaisa Rel that is going to be more of an issue, more of a problem. Later on in sides, you are dealing with the Jax. We're also dealing with Annie. We'll just put a bear on top of the Azir and take half of his health bar and some first strike gold.
Thank you very much, she says. Better draft. We're liking Live Sandbox here. Quantum Freaks. I think it was fine in the beginning. The Alistair must pick for everyone against Rel. I mean, we saw a little bit of why in the last game, I think. You know, even from behind, Paulo able to do some crazy stuff on that against the Rel and the engage from DRX. But then to back it up with Isaiah is a little bit iffy. But a lot of stuff was banned, and they just want to give Bull comfort, I guess. He's played this champ a bunch, too, so... I don't know. We'll see, Wolf.
Wrinkle de Kinkle asking was their champ that is often played in CL, not LCK. Somebody had the answer already. Lee Sin. That is probably the #1 champ that's played here, but not played in Pro.
And now, the #1 game. And off we go.
That doesn't count as a cast
That's
chicken.
not a cast chicken. I wanted to not join it this time.
Yeah, I thought you were opting in for a moment there.
No, sometimes after I do, I just kind of want to let it sit and, you know, brew in it a little bit. Did a little bit of bro and brew.
We've already done that.
In the second series. We did a lot of it, actually. For you guys who are new here, the ever-elusive 9-game day on Mondays. We've only had one so far, ever, since the beginning of 2023. That one was done by Atlas and Chronicler, and it was glorious. It was the spongiest moment, right? It was, you know, Sponge is sponging everywhere. Some great moments from that one. They went absolutely insane. And we're hoping that we can also get an opportunity to go absolutely insane, because the last series, some of those drafts and some of the plays, not gonna lie, I was feeling a little bit crazy, Wolf.
Yeah, we're trying to keep our sanity a little bit here. And look, it's a new day. No, it's not. It's a new series. It's a new clean slate.
It's not clean.
It's the same day. Well, the slate is clean. Okay, the draft didn't make the slate dirty. It's just the draft doesn't count. We're in the game. The slate is clean. Let's see how Quantum Freaks pull this off, or don't. Because we're not leaning towards their draft being the stronger one, but as was pointed out, it's challengers. Sometimes you just have to remember it's challengers.
Sometimes being able to Featherstorm and having Live Sandbox fall flat on their faces and then engage into your Featherstorm, that could be the answer. That could be the winning play. Like, we've seen stuff crazier than that, that's for sure. So, yeah, always have to keep it in mind. Yeah, they did that 9-game day on, like, their 7th day in a row. Because we used to have because it was just the 4 of us, right? It was... 1 week you'd do 5 games, and then, or 5 days in a row, and then the next week you would do 7 days in a row. And we were collectively, you know, week by week, it was 6 games on average. And it's probably like a Pog state involved.
Yeah, this week I have worked all the days, not all of them LCK, but it's not quite the same, I think. I think theirs was like a day longer than mine. And also I didn't do Pog state last night, so theirs was tougher. Man, you had a day off this week.
It's okay, though. If we get 9 games, we still get our names on the trophy.
Yeah, no, exactly.
You know, like, if a team goes through a bracket and they have to play every single one, like 2-1 in really close series, right? They struggled, but they got there. It doesn't notate that on the names on the trophy, right? It doesn't say, oh, these guys, it took them 18 games to win the cup, but these other guys, it only took them 12 games, and so, you know, that's better. Right?
Yeah, but, I mean, it will be discussed by people, and, you know. Actually,
all right,
like,
so then I don't want 9 games.
Pundits will actually go into it. But, like, I still think that, you know, there are certain extra things that we got in this series, like the throws, right? The absolute
random
craziness.
throws for objectives?
The really strange decision-making, some weird drafts, the Alistair pivot who ended up picking up POG. You know, it was a day. And it will continue to be so for up to 3 more games. Now, this early game of this game, it's been 4 minutes in, nobody's dying, nobody's used summoners. This is quite an anomaly for us for today. This has actually been the most stable early game we've seen thus far.
Yeah. Sidejax is bringing up a classic discussion point from 2021. EDG didn't have to play T1, so does their worlds really count? Yes, it still does. But similar vibes. Similar vibes. As I was mostly joking. I just won 9 games. We need it. It's my challengers, and I need it now.
Well, it's happening.
Okay, good.
Well, sort of. I mean, the gameplay is occurring. We're logged into the game, but like, nothing Challengers-esque is happening at the moment. I mean, this is like a glacial augment drop down with no damage put in. You know, slight Renekton lead up here. Really good zoning from Illima, who is starting, by the way, today. Not always the case. We didn't really touch on it too much, but he's back. And
he's back in action.
His laning phase is good so far. And there's going to lead to a plate going down here. Well, actually, maybe not quite. Wave gets thinned out.
Yeah, it's pretty early on, 5 minutes. So, I mean, Illima's level 6. But
I mean, it will get it. It's just not going to be right now.
Maybe a little bit. You can see the big CS difference. Like, Illima's doing a great job putting on that pressure. He has some help from Courage, and it's one way to get the Jax behind. Right, eventually the Jax becomes very strong in the 1v1, and you're not really going to be able to fight him, but then Renekton has team fighting power. It feels like I'm explaining Zeri Lulu Shinami. Like, you guys know how this goes, right?
Yeah. So you commit the gank top side, you lose Dragon. Yeah. So advantage here, but bottom side they have control.
Ocean Drake is going to help out the Jax in the top lane too.
It will, albeit slightly. Lots of singing going on in the recall. It's cool. I mean, some people sing in the shower, some people sing when they're on the way back to base. It's all cool. It's fine.
Yeah. You got to sing in the car, right?
Yeah, some people do that. They can't
hear
themselves.
You ever sing on your motorbike?
Yeah.
There you go.
I do. It's pretty rare. I usually like yell more than sing, you know, because.
Is that at the drivers or is that about the music?
Both.
Okay.
But usually the lyrics aren't about the drivers, so it's kind of it's a little bit weird how that works out. And look at that, he does get the play. Like I said, albeit delayed. Pretty massive lead, to be honest. Like, it's not fully natural because Courage did come over and help out, but Dahyuk is just not even slightly competing with him right now.
Yeah. He is down 600 gold
and
already.
There was a time for those who joined Challengers this year, right, when we had English and didn't watch Chronoco's stream or follow it at all, where Illima was considered to be the best top laner in Challengers for a while. But he has since fallen off a little bit and wasn't even the starter for most of this year. But this is the first time I've gotten to cast him in a really long time, and looking pretty good at the outset of it. Level 6 here to try to maybe get a flash.
Yeah, Flash Tibbers could get the job done. Goody just trying to set up the play here, and instead doesn't flash, and they show the Lee Sin.
Yeah, but I mean, it was a good reaction from Cleaver.
Should have flashed on him.
If he reacts perfectly, you still stun him, but like maybe you stun him, but you know, you waste your flash and gonna hang around a little bit longer. Courage.
They know that Vincenzo is in this brush. Yeah. There it is. Q's gonna land. Doesn't matter. Not gonna go in on that one.
Yeah, he finds himself on top of the turret instantly.
Hey, it's Illima down here in the bush or river. The river that has a pixel brush. Yes.
There's a little brush up there at the top. There's a little brush on the side. Goes in the river a little bit. How do you think those brushes get water? You know,
should be a brush in the pit as well.
It doesn't rain on the rift, but it's very green.
Yeah, here we go. Dahyuk's in there, gonna land that one. Gets the Dominus out. Just flash on in, and they turn it around so quickly. But the Tibbers is huge. It keeps everybody off of Goody as he saves it for just the right moment. And now Diablo and Plan B are like, I heard there was some action.
Oh, and the Rift Herald is gonna reset as well. Vincenzo wanted to hold on to that one. No blast plant for Illima to get over, and no flash. So. Not like he could try to re-engage here without those ultimates either. There's just going to be Live Sandbox's plant. And in the bottom side of the map, they don't even commit to grabbing the plate here. We'll delete some CS, but going to walk away with a CS deficit, no plate. Drake goes over, Flash committed. 2 flashes committed, and that's not feeling great as Guangdong Freaks. Not that it's going to cost them their gold lead, but it will be a little bit of the wind out of their sails, and some of that gold will be shored up here for Live Sandbox. Probably going to be dropped into the bottom lane. Could be put mid.
Interesting. I mean, it seems like a relatively normal time, but good CSing so far.
Yeah.
About 10 per minute, so very high amount. Means he gets to shiv very early.
He might have gone Futures Market also. We have seen it before. Like, we've seen the Blancs do it, seen Kaisers do it. I don't know if he did, so don't quote me on this, but...
No problem. Do is just our job.
It is.
It's just what we got to do.
You're welcome.
It's like what Lee Sin says.
What does he say?
He says, "Yeah, hi, either hi pun," but I don't know what it is in English. So, yeah, it's been a long time since I played on the English line.
All right, Valdez.
Yeah. Cool story, bro. Okay, man. Kaisa does have features and free boots.
Yep. Okay.
So, there you go.
That is, yeah, it's pretty common. You don't have to do it, but it does give you that spike a little bit faster and allows you to get out of lane easier and contest Drakes. And speaking of, second Drake in 15, Andil going in.
Yeah, and that's going to be the Rel going in. They're trying to get on top of cards. That Q will land, and that's the execution first blood. Vincenzo picks it up as Dahyuk getting himself in a little bit of trouble. He does have teleport, though, so he might be able to shore this up, but Ilma winning that trade.
Yeah, he should just stay top here and see if he can get some plates. Dahyuk trying to defend desperately. Andil may have to ult. And got Aftershock. Got Aftershock. He's going to be okay. And they actually don't get the Drake, despite the kill. It's actually first blood. Oh no, here we go again.
I mean, it's not my fault. It's Annie.
Guess so.
Yeah. I wonder who voiced the lines of Korean Annie.
I have no idea.
Now I'm really curious.
We'll watch this one more time. Plan B with the re-engage, tons of damage coming through from Diablo, and then the Q lands. And over here, stun hits, doesn't have enough damage with the Q to get the kill. And had Iron Spike Whip. Not sure if he activated it there or what happened with that. I didn't see the animation, so still think it would have killed them.
I can't just make that noise out of nowhere. I need to hear it, right? We need to have Tibbers come back.
You're not gonna hear it for a little while, but you hear it in sides later for sure. Ilma, was really got to be careful about going in on this with the turret aggro there. So far, I haven't been sold on how this comp is being played for Guangdong Freaks, minus the really cool flash play we saw topside, but didn't end up winning them out the exchange.
Leader is in a very weird spot. It seems like they knew about it.
He's in trouble.
Yeah, he's in a lot of trouble. He's just getting 100-0. Just finally we get the sweep in here. The Q does follow as Diablo says, well, thank you very much. I will scoop that kill. And that's a free one.
Thanks for living for so long so I can give it to the Kaisa.
Yeah.
And that's big money. That's Hextech Drake. Going to be 2 Drakes to start. A lot of extra money. Triforce Viego. We saw this from Grizzly, I believe, actually, in the LCK. I'm not entirely sure if it was him, but I think it was. But some newer tech that we are seeing come through for these brawly compositions. I think it's actually pretty wise here, but...
The umbrella compositions.
Yeah.
How did this happen?
Well, he just went straight down here because he's like, I got a control ward. But he doesn't have vision in this brush. And the ward is on top of him, and the second they see him, he's dead. They know exactly where he is.
So they had vision on the left side. And he
came the right side.
Behind, and yes, and the right side. So they know they didn't go out of the bush. And then they checked at the tower. They're like, well, he's not at the tower.
They just knew. They knew he was in the bush. Well, they knew he was in the bush. They just didn't know like which part of the bush he was in and whether he was in Q range or not. And Vincenzo's like, he is. And then
there he was. Even with the crown, doesn't matter. Got CC'd forever because it was Lee Sin kick into Annie Tibber. Or did he have Tibbers? I think he didn't have Tibbers.
Well, he got the stun for sure, regardless.
Yeah, he had the Annie stun and the Rel combo with the crash down and the Magnet Storm. And Eventually, he died to Kaisa, of all things.
Kaisa is very strong at the moment. Not the strength of the champion in the meta, but Diablo in this game, he is halfway to his second item. And not a whole lot that we're seeing here from Kwangdong Freaks in terms of proactivity. Outside of that one attempted fight there on Herald, and putting Cleaver to the top side of the map here. They have some vision on Herald, and Illima is looking like he's starting to walk up here, so I think they're going to contest this big time. If they could get a big team fight win here, it could swing the game back into their favor. No bounty on this Kaisa. It's just really been that additional kill she picked up and the futures market that allows her to have such a comfortable item lead.
She just gonna have Nashers at like for like the
at like 19 minutes, yeah, she will.
In 3 minutes time, I guess so. Well, it's crazy what you can do with that futures market route, isn't it?
Yeah,
you get so much. You get the free ass boots as well, so you're just getting so much money very early on. As the entirety of this squadron is in position, X-Flash is down. As now we do have Cleaver coming in from the top side. A little bit of a start off on the 4v3 scenario, but Bullet gets isolated, does use Featherstorm, and then just dies. Doesn't flash. Courage is just pushed away. And meanwhile, the Renekton died.
Fight was very broken up for the side of Kwangdong Freaks, even though I think they're in a position to actually turn that. If they focused targets, the target selection was not good. And Bull is just isolated, not healed for at all. And what looked like was a bit of an overextension there from Live Sandbox with the Empress of Eye coming through. Ends up being pretty disastrous as, yeah, let's see how Illima dies. He just gets counterstruck and then dies.
Yeah, he just thinks he's stronger at this point in time, but against Jax, who counterstrikes you as you're dashing in,
he wasn't.
He wasn't. Yeah, Divine Sunder, especially in these long fights, you're going to be getting a lot of value out of it. And
he chose to die, essentially, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's just a little miscalculation, you know? Didn't have his calculator out before he went for the trade.
Didn't have his abacus.
You're not allowed to have a calculator.
But you can have an abacus.
If he was allowed, yes, you are allowed to have an abacus. If you really want one, I'm sure they would allow you to have an abacus.
It's like doing the calculation. It was a little bit too slow, so he's just like, couldn't calculate. Better just E in.
Let's see how he dies. Oh, he died because they killed him. Yes, that's exactly what happened. Yeah, you know, about 1630 on the 2-item Kaisa. Seems fair.
Bro DRX, who won?
The fans.
The fans. Bro won also.
And also the fans.
And also the fans.
Yeah. We. Champ.
Nashers is done, by the way, 1730.
Yep. 1630.
1630.
Yeah. No, it's not fair.
But I mean, he has it for this Drake, is what I'm getting at. And 1730 into the game, he's already made an impact with it for the last minute. Has additional wave clear in mid, and they're going to have Prio. Look at how quickly he, with Plan B, can clear this wave and then come over here to look for the contest. Both top laners have teleport. They will likely both join this fight. As Cleaver, if he gets pushed out of this fight and can't Emperor's Divide, there's just no functional way for Kwangdong to win this. It's just not going to happen. It has to be about Cleaver's engage.
Yeah. And now their side lane isn't winning, so yeah. It's let's see how this one goes. Diehawk now looking to proxy the wave. Definitely can do that. So Rift Herald comes down. And Illima's he's gonna take the long way. He's just gonna walk down.
Let's
see. I don't care about top lane anymore.
Cleaver's in position.
Yeah, nice engage here. Tries to get the sweep, but misses, and the counter. Magnet Storm is huge. His TP's coming in. They're trying to get on top of Goody, and they will take him down, but nobody is really dealing with Diehawk there on the backside as down should go Plan B. That will be the one, but Diablo is still alive, and nobody dealt with the super fed Kaisa.
Yeah,
and even Diehawk, who came in a little bit late.
The Renekton is now out of ult, and Diablo's just going to continue to poke. Now, I don't think that Live Sandbox can actually take down the Drake itself, but they continue to push and shove this team away, and eventually maybe reset for it, but lots of damage here still available. This Kaisa, or rather Xayah, is still up, and they're actually just going to start this because there's no vision here for Kwangdong Freaks, so Kwangdong should be able to sniff this out and come over and contest. Don't want to be giving this up, and Cleaver can teleport back in. They are going to commit to this fight part 2.
Fight part number 2, and they should be able to just burst it down. It's going to get pretty close, as this might not fully upgrade it perhaps. Either way, going to take it down. That's the Chemtech, and they just, you know, they're just running by, saying hello, and then they left.
Kwangdong really just did not do their due diligence, and then they decided to check a little bit late, and then they were caught with their pants down. As the engage here from Andal is not exactly the one you want, because it's onto this Annie, and then the engage here as well, Proto Belt to dodge, just catches only Tibbers and the Rift Herald. And then you see how much damage is put onto Vincenzo. He's forced to flash away. And this Renekton is big. And it turns out that him coming down here was very critical for this fight. But the Kai'Sa just does too much damage. It's a trade, but it's a trade up for Liv Sandbox. They take the 3rd Drake of the game. It's Chemtech Soul. So Soul Point here, not that valuable. But I think Kwangdong Freaks definitely could have contested. And they waited too long, came in very late.
So now Diablo has 4 kills. Actually, for a large part of the beginning of that fight, he was just hitting the ulted Alistair. So not really doing critical damage, but eventually he hit him with the W right after the Unbreakable Will fell down, and then he was able to follow up, of course, with those 2 kills at the end. So he's still getting rewarded with the money. And he's going to have 3 items here in a little bit. Like, he's already got a pickaxe. Like, he's going to be getting there. And eventually, yes, the Kai'Sa is kind of low range and can be a little bit squishy, but she's very slippery. Diablo has cleanse. He's been playing pretty well so far.
I mean, the scary thing is, like, he can float. He has wave clear. Yeah. He can follow up on dive.
Wait, so
he does a lot of damage in team fights. Yeah, he can't tank. That's the one thing he can't do. But he can do everything else. His Cleaver has flash, dash, and crown, so I don't know if this is... Yeah, I don't know if that's really the mission that you're looking for, Liv Sandbox. As they're going to try to clear some vision here. Maybe start threatening a Baron start, because Diablo is so big.
Yeah, what about the shield from his ulti, Wolf?
What? Well, I mean...
A little bit tanky. Not really.
Not really.
But
that's the one thing you can't do.
Yeah. If they can link a couple of things onto Diablo, like the cleanse is a bit of an issue, but what if, like, Andal gets a big engage onto him? You cannot cleanse the knockup, so could definitely try to just combo down Diablo. I think it would take him being very out of position to really make that happen, but it's challengers. We've seen crazier things happen already today. That's definitely something I've already said, for a good reason.
True.
So, yeah, who knows? A lot of this weight will be on Diablo to carry a little bit. But they do have the Jax, who's in a much better spot after that solo kill. So Tenzo just gonna sit by, pick up the other half of the red buff. Be good with that.
Looks like we're just gonna chill for 2 minutes before that Chemtech Soul spawns. It's gonna be an early Elder this game if Kwangdong Freaks cannot deny the Drake, and I don't think they're that interested in it.
Ow.
Yeah, and he's gonna do it again. At least this time Bull is able to dodge it and gets all of the CS.
How about this time?
Well, since he dodged it, it's gonna take a few more seconds before he can do it. Has to hit.
Yeah. It's still like, it's okay, so it's 12-second cooldown.
Yeah, it's pretty long
right now. It's like, it's long, but it's not, well, it's like medium.
It's long.
It's like medium.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's not like Warwick W, but you know.
Yeah.
All right. I don't know. I don't know about this.
Yeah, getting on in there again. Divine Sunder just whacking away at the Renekton. He's got Counter-Strike up, and now the Kai'Sa's there, and I don't even think he needed him. So, once again, taking a trade that Daihyuk will be very happy with.
I just don't understand. I don't understand why.
Are you okay?
I mean, I don't think that's not what you want to be doing. In this case, you have to respect the Jax. You have to just sit under your turret. You have to say, I'm not winning the side lane. It's not about how good you are as a player. It's not about your 700 gold lead. It's about what Jax does. And guess what? He got a second Counter-Strike. What are you going to do about that?
He finished Squinsu's.
Yeah, he did. And guess what?
No.
30 seconds till that soul fight.
I feel like our chances of a 9-gamer are slowly circling the drain.
I mean, we had a pretty strong early game for Kwangdong, so keep your hopes up. Okay. Not for this game, that's for sure,
just
but...
feeling just a little bit sad, a little bit melancholy.
I mean, this one is probably donezo. But it doesn't mean that Liv Sandbox is just going to take an easy 2-0. It kind of means that, but like it doesn't actually mean that necessarily. Like if somebody asked me honestly, you know, how I feel, I would tell them that. But just how I feel doesn't mean how you feel doesn't mean that's how it's gonna go. Anything could happen. We saw that last series.
Yeah, that is true.
We saw the first series where both games in games 1 and 2 were insanely one-sided. Maybe Quantum Freaks bounced back with a crazy one-sided game 2. You don't know, Valdez.
Yeah, I don't.
Stop acting like the hope is dead. It's not dead, Valdez. It's okay.
You're right.
It's not okay for Andil. He's just giving Diablo more resets on the Void Seekers.
That one was off. It's okay. He's still going to be doing 30%
Gen.G on the flank.
Let's see how it goes. Q is actually going to land. Nice try on the flash, and he does get the Featherstorm out. And Bull, okay, now he's half health. As Ilima in the front line is going to get caught out here, as down he should go. Huge Magnet Storm, and they are just looking to wipe them up, as does Cleaver. Is going to put up a nice little wall, but you can't stop Diablo from flying on in from miles away, as the W is going to miss. But I think with the Z here in a couple of seconds, should be able to catch up to Andil. As there it is, 1 Q, 1 auto, down he goes. Now 6-0, I believe, is Diablo. And this game is, yeah, feels pretty overall.
Yeah, kind of trying to decide who is POG. Is it Dahyuk who killed Ilima when Ilima gave him opportunities? Is it Vincenzo, who's kind of been all over the map? Is it the Kaisa because it's all about her? Plan B, that's...
Although it does feel like Kwangdong are kind of grouping up the engages, but he's hitting them. He's getting the angles.
I mean, in this case, Q comes through. Good ult here from Bull, but just so much poke damage here. And then, yeah, I mean, Ilima, he was trying to set up for the re-engage, but he shouldn't have been up that far. Then this comes through. It's pretty clean. Looks cinematic. And like, Cleaver, he has tried so hard to do these disengages. And he keeps hitting big Embers Divides, but there's just nothing. There's nothing in the tank. He's like, I saved you guys. You guys.
Yeah.
I did it. I hit them. You guys can fight now, right?
Yeah, he's been good. You know, he's getting those lineups, but unfortunately,
the thing is, like, I mean, it's always gonna be a big lineup like that when you're playing against a dive comp where everyone piles in. He did a lot of damage in this game so far. Ilima did too, but hasn't been effective.
Doesn't count. Yeah, he's like taking aggressive trades and doing like the whole health bar of Jax and then just dying. As we do have a TP to the top lane. And okay, so Ilima's gonna come over here. W's continue to hit as now he is, oh my goodness.
Valdez has never seen Kaisa W's before, man. He's learning.
I think it's just that it's so early that it's
There's
this
the shield.
much. Like, it's like...
Crown's gone.
Yeah, like, we can see this in the LCK at like 30 minutes, 35 minutes. But not this early.
Nope.
He does take 2 turret shots for fun.
I mean, I think he's just showing off. Honestly, I think I'm going to vote for him.
Yeah.
It's just, the game is too much about him at this point, even though he did just get the last hit on people in that one fight and then be able to buy all the things.
Right place, right time.
Yeah. Right? He created opportunities for himself, didn't he?
Yeah.
He's still doing it. Look at him. One more. Okay, how, like, at this point, just walk away. Stand behind the turret. Just stand behind the turret. I know, but, like, just stand behind the turret.
I think, actually, the best way to nerf it is to take some speed off of it. Like, keep it the same damage, but make it so that people can outplay it. Because sometimes it just feels like it just hits too easily. Ilima is getting a very nice angle. He's going to find Diablo as the cleanse does come in, and now he does have to get away. Nice flash as well, just kiting it out as the lead is just too wide at this point. The W is going to miss. Meanwhile, Dahyuk was not even here. He's just taking down the base. And down will go this next is Liv Sandbox going to take game number 1 in about 29 minutes as we will have a huge Quadra coming through for the Kaisa. That is the end of this one.
Basic start to the series.
Based.
Very one-sided game. Dahyuk just comes in and ends it. Goodbye.
Ended.
And, yeah, I'm voting bot.
Follow you.
I'm voting bot.
It's been a long day, and you know what? Like, he did the boom boom damage.
He did.
Let's do one boom boom damage, Phil.
I'm down for that. Let's see.
It was a good boom boom damage.
See how boom boom it is. As look at Dahyuk, by the way, on the minimap. Like, he's already on Nexus turrets when Illima engages, and this is just showing like how doomed this is for Kwangdong. Like, they're like, maybe if we win this fast enough.
Yeah, I didn't see that one.
No, that's.
Yeah, that was like half a health bar.
Yeah. Dahyuk is just like, I don't even know what you guys are doing. Like, the point of the game is to kill the Nexus slow.
Yeah. Nice, nice BM stopwatch there at the end.
31,000 damage.
Yeah. Still not as much as Setep's Tristana in that one game.
We didn't really like the Xayah pick here.
No, we didn't.
And it didn't really live up to even our, like, what we thought it could do in a mediocre situation, let's say. It was, unfortunately, a very tough game. Yeah, never had a chance. Illima, his early laning, his early levels were fantastic, but he did not know when it was over. He was living in the past. He was like living in minute 7 at minute 20. You know what I mean?
Yeah. A lot of the times, like if you guys watch LCK a lot, you'll notice that sometimes there's no action. It's because the laners know exactly when like spikes are being hit, and Renekton will put on some pressure, but then he'll back off at the exact right time because those guys have played the matchup like they could have even scrimmed it with their buddy like 30 times before, you know, especially if it's a common matchup, right? I think what we saw here is a clear, you know, he just wasn't ready. Like, I don't know, his Renekton was good, like he has the hands, but the understanding of when to go in and what to do, and, you know, and some of the trades were close, and you could say, okay, maybe Illima is used to outplaying his opponents, whatever. But, yeah, in a long trade against the Divine Sunder to dash in, I think the first one was a bit of a mistake. The second one, what are you going to do?
It's his second Renekton game of the season. Lancer's only played 2 games. I just haven't really commentated Kwangdong and see that many of their games this season. I actually thought maybe it was 50-50 between the two of them. Diablo is going to pick it up, which I think everybody was ready for a cop-out vote, you know. 200% damage
We're all
per gold.
done looking for like the 5-head angle. You know, like, oh, who really was pulling the strings on this? We're like, no, I see big number. I put vote there.
Because, I mean, he was oppressive, but he was not the defining pick. Like, I think they could have won with any AD carry with the scoreline he had, but because he was Kai'Sa, it was just painful for Kwangdong. They were like, he's just raining on us over and 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 over again. Like, we can't do anything. We can't walk towards Baron, but also, like, we can't even cower in our base. He will find us. He will kill us.
And he was very accurate. You know, he knew exactly where he was. He knew his spike. It was quite obvious. And so I really like that tech too. Just, you know, avoiding fights, farming it out, futures market, get that Shiv, and farm your heart out. And that he did. Well, guys, we are done with game number 1. Most important in the game is the next one. We'll see you in a bit.
빨간팀의 박제기가 파괴되었습니다. 빨간팀의 포탑이 파괴되었습니다. 빨간팀의 포탑이 파괴되었습니다. 빨간팀의 포탑이 파괴되었습니다.
Hello and welcome back to Challenger League. We just got Live Sandbox bopping Kwangdong Freaks in game number 1. Now we're going to hope that Kwangdong Freaks can bring it back and that we can have 9 games so that we can also be cool, just like Atlas and Chronicler.
I want to be
Otherwise,
cool
we're
like them.
cringe.
I saw all of the
8 game
signs.
days are super cringe.
We haven't had the Elder flip yet, but we otherwise got all of the signs.
We could
all
have
of
it here in
the-
game 2.
Like, my knee's hurting a little bit even, and I'm just like,
Ooh.
it's not because I banged my knee earlier on the non-existent desk. It's because it's going to 9 tonight. Let's see what this draft looks like. I want to see something crazy. I want to see Kwangdong Freaks absolutely pop off. I want them to have, like, the Galaxy Brain read. It's not going to be Varus. It's not going to be Varus, that's for sure. It's not going to be the
Please
Zaya
not.
pick there. It's going to have to be some Galaxy Brain stuff coming out,
Like
or else
Kaisa.
the dream is dead.
Galaxy Brain, the best AD carry in the current meta. Oh, or Tristana. Are you the type of person that puts on a sock and then a shoe and then the other sock and then the other shoe?
No.
Okay, yeah, I didn't think you were insane. Me neither. You didn't bang your knee, you don't have legs.
You can't actually do that in Korea because you put your shoes on last when you leave the house. You never wear your shoes in the house.
You could carry your socks over
That
to
would
where
be
the shoes are.
even weirder.
Yeah, that's why. I mean, you could technically do it. I wonder if I've ever done that. I don't think that's even possible. I don't think it's possible for me to have done that. Kwangdong Freaks did
I don't
select
think
blue
so.
side, by the way. You wear socks inside?
I mean, sometimes I usually wear them on my way to my shoes.
What else would you wear
In the
inside?
winter, I also wear my socks inside
You wear
often.
socks? You have feet? Yes. Socks first or pants shorts first? Depends on
Ooh.
feeling.
Honestly,
I go both ways.
two things. Like, depends on if my pants are, like, if I get my socks and my pants are in another room, socks are going on first.
Mm-hmm.
Also, are the socks easy to put on? Because if the answer is yes, I will always just instantly put them on. If they're like socks, you kind of gotta like finagle them a little bit. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
A little tight, or you gotta make
the
sure.
little finagling.
Yeah. Then I'm definitely putting pants on first, socks last. All right. Draft.
Yeah. I usually
Bring us to the
don't
9.
put on socks if I'm putting on shorts because it's much easier. If it's pants, much higher probability that I'll put on socks first. But yeah, the draft.
Yeah. No, I mean I feel you. I mean, yeah, I'm not gonna get into the socks anymore. We need a channel game night. So this is why we don't get to get 9 gamers. We're talking about socks. We're gonna talk about this draft, which is so interesting and completely different than what it was moments before. And by completely different, I mean exactly the same, except Poppy was banned earlier this time.
Yeah, and they swap sides.
Yeah.
Do you ever wear tier 2 boots or are tier 1 good enough?
I'm always tier 1. No magical properties.
Yeah, I guess I'm the same.
Just make me move faster.
My shoes are orange though, so maybe that's some kind of tier 2 boot.
I do think it's really weird the champions go onto the Rift barefoot first. It just doesn't seem like the right way to go to battle. All right.
Yeah.
First pick, Tristana, not a thing. Sejuani's gone.
Renekton.
Ilma is committing.
Just don't do what you did last
Dialog is
time.
like, okay, I'll opt in.
Of course. And now play Kaisa.
He's going to play Jax, and they're going to pick Kaisa.
You're definitely not picking Olaf.
He's definitely not picking Olaf. If he
Definitely not picking
does,
Olaf.
then we're going to 9 games.
Maybe he wants it too. Kaisa's good. You were going to pick that anyway. Pick up the Kaisa. Oh, this is actually good because, you know, well, I guess Kwangdong Freaks could take the Jax away, but they're probably not going to, right?
Well, I mean, I think Kwangdong was there. I think Liv Sandbox were just kind of like, we're going to pick this, and there's nothing you can do about it. Also, we're getting this, by the way. It was like a mental, it was a mental game thing where they're like, yeah, we're going to play this, and we're going to beat you again. So just get ready. This is where something has to change, and I don't know if Azir is it. I don't think it's it.
But Wolf, it's on top of the tier list. And there's only one answer to Rel. It's Alistair.
So even on blue side, you're letting Live Sandbox just control your entire draft.
Yes.
They're actually Live Sandbox are red side and blue side actually functionally in this draft.
They're also yellow side because, well, they Live Sandbox. Ooh, the Varus pick.
I told you guys this wasn't going to be the answer.
Yeah.
The less Kwangdong's draft makes sense, so the more hopeful I am that we get a crazy one that goes the distance. Well, yeah, Jax was going to come in no matter what. They just wanted to use some extra time to think about what they want to ban.
No mid laners, so we might see some mid lane bans. Could also
Azir's
target
gone.
the junglers.
Azir's gone.
Azir should be gone. I think as Live Sandbox that you could ban Azir, or you might even look to pick it up yourself.
Ooh,
And just not ban it and say, okay, if you want to leave it, we'll pick it.
I guess that's a possibility.
Like, if they really wanted to prioritize that. I'm not sure. Like, Azir can get in there, but watch them pick, like, a Kali when we go to 9 games. That could be fun.
We're not going to do that.
Hey, you never know.
Silas is actually really good for Live Sandbox. I do like these Silas bans from Kwangdong. I think it's really good for the dive.
I like this. Based on the draft, which is meaningless, 9-gamer isn't looking so great. Very true. That is a very challenger statement that you have just
Now,
made.
Mikon, please answer me honestly. It's not looking good. It's not looking good.
But teams have been known to totally
Run
just
it. Yeah.
run it in the second half of draft. So let's see. Live Sandbox pick up that Akali. Maybe they'll play Heimerdinger mid. Who knows? There are many different ways.
It is tough though, to be honest. It's not looking good. You can just pick Viego and then have counter pick. So like I said, they functionally got the first pick blue, Kai'Sa, and also will have counter pick in R5. They also forced an Alistair pick.
Yeah.
So
Like you look at
what do
those-
you got, Kwangdong? You got Renekton into Jax that you got absolutely obliterated in last time? That's what you got?
Yeah. Like you look at those first couple of picks, Renekton B1, which we've seen, but with Kai'Sa banned. And then you pick Alistair B2. And you just know you're not in for a good time.
Yeah, you're like,
Against anything.
It's like that trade thing where it's like, I receive Kai'Sa Rel, you receive Renekton Alistair.
Oh, God. Oh, God. That's not a fair trade.
Well, I think it's probably going to be Ari for Guti, to be honest. And we're going all in on the Wukong. Okay.
Woohoo, Kong. Lee Sin. Okay.
I mean, Courage is a good Lee Sin player. He's had his moments. I think it's going to be an Ari. Just makes the only comp, the thing that makes it.
No.
Oh, no.
Please
no.
no. Please no.
No. Oh, it's just
okay,
going to be Ari.
please play-
Stop trolling and just
Please
lock
play.
it in.
Okay, God, that was really scary.
Man. I mean, I'm down for the 9-gamer, but like I didn't want it to be
Not
like
like
this. Not like this.
Not like this.
No, I wanted it.
Oh, boy.
He was never going to pick a Kali into Annie, Lee Sin, or Renekton. There was no way.
Well,
There
we
was
have
no
seen
way.
people do it before.
There was just no way.
Oh, man. Remember, it was Pulbay, right? He picked it into the Renekton something, and then he got stunned when he went in on the...
Oh, yeah, an LCK.
No, it was Pulbay.
Oh, Pulbay.
I
Oh,
think it
the
was
flanking
Pulbay.
pull game? That was actually
No,
into Azir.
maybe it wasn't Pulbay. No, it was someone else who played it, and you were like, this is never going to work.
That was in LCK. And you and I had like the argument. Like,
Oh,
on
that
the
was
desk.
LCK?
Yeah, it was during the desk.
Oh.
Like off camera, I was like, this pick is
Oh,
terrible. And you were
yeah,
like, no, it's
that's
going to
right.
work. And I was like, oh, yeah? Did not work.
And then he got stunned. Well, I mean,
There were some gameplay buttons that were pressed in certain ways that were not ideal. It was not completely that I was right. It was partially that I was right, partially the Akali play wasn't great.
Let's see.
It's Live Sandbox with a well-defined pick comp versus
Hungry
Kwangdong Freaks with some engage and single target blow up. They have to get through an Ari.
Some disengage. Random kickman.
Let's see how Ilma plays, because if he plays
Random
better,
assortment of 5 strong champions.
if he plays better this time, maybe you could play through topside a little bit, you know, get to the late game where you can engage for the Varus. If they decide to hard engage on the Rel, you disengage, kite through the choke point, use your Varus power. I'm being hopeful for the 9-gamer. I've got my telescope out. It's looking into the future. I see the 9-gamer. You know, got my
It's just out there.
binoculars.
Yeah, we got to summon it. We got to gather our energy. Let's do it for game 2.
I was a little bit late.
미니언
But it was okay.
생성까지
okay.
30초 남았습니다.
It worked.
Hold my breath, man. This is it's a tough one for Quantum Freaks. You know, 1-7 could end their first round robin on a 1-8 scoreline. With a loss here.
Yeah, they don't have a lot of game wins either. They took 1 game off of DRX and 1 game off of T1. Other than that, they did have the 2-0 win against Bro. So that's a total of 4. I said total like 3 times. 4 games won so far.
Yeah.
In summer. 4.
Yeah. And that would,
Not
if
series.
they lose here, they will be at -12, I believe, if I did the math correctly.
Whoa.
So that's not looking ideal. Did I do the math correctly?
I don't know.
Yeah, I did.
It's kind of scary
That's wild.
doing the math on the stream.
Just because like 8 losses, 16, and you said 4 game wins, so -12. Yeah, it's not that hard.
Well,
I just thought I crossed something up, but yeah, -12.
Illinois in for a little windy walk, but he's okay. Came back, has Q, got all 3.
Yeah, but now he's going to. Okay, that was scary. You queue the minions and don't hit the jacks. That's not the kind of trade you're looking for. But level 2 first here for Daihug. This happened last time. Zone him away for a moment. Get that minion. Wait for a few more hits. And level
Got
2.
him.
Level 2.
Dash down as double stun. We got everything stacked up here, all the passive stacks for the Kaisa.
Hail of Blade.
It's so funny too that I love how there's basically no consideration for the fact that, okay, well, Ilima didn't have a great game on the Renekton, but even more importantly is that Kaisa is available and Diablo just PUG'd against you guys going 10-0. And it's just like, no, Renekton's better. That actually happened.
That did happen.
Round.
That actually did happen.
All right, nice setup here. Goody in a lot of trouble, but the charm comes in. Flash forward, Courage picks it up, but he will go down. Hashtag worth.
Yeah, I mean, that's some additional assist gold going over to Cleaver, but more money for Guti, so in the isolation of the mid lane matchup, actually a win for the Ahri. Gets more money. And we'll watch this one more time. Trying to be aggressive here instead of on top side in mid. It's a little bit more of a power play here with the setup. Stun, flash forward here allows the Q. Goody panics, flashes instantly, but it's enough to bring Courage into turret range. A bit surprised he fully committed there. And like, Goody's flash was so late that like, I don't know, it just felt like a little bit bizarre that he was committing that hard, but you don't want to trade flash for nothing, so have to force it somehow. But at least then he doesn't get to choose, like, I want to go in almost and then get your flash and then be okay with it.
Vincenzo, he's going for a little walk here as now he's in between Cleaver and Courage. Has to flash away. We got a little roam up from Ondil as he is in trouble. Charm is going to land, but Vincenzo is so dead. They're going to give that kill over to Courage.
That's a W.
Okay.
This Lee Sin pick starting to pick up some steam. Now, hopefully, it's not going to be a Raptor situation where has a great early game, gets a bunch of kills, and then they kind of run it a little bit off of one Lee Syndrome moment. Zillima's going to proxy the wave over here, starting to get that CS lead back up. Just got to wait for the right moment to stop doing this. Step 1 complete. Down here, things getting a little bit better for the Varus. Nice pop there on the passive.
And Plan B just trading with the other support. AD carry's going at it, support's going at it.
Mid laner's going at it.
Kind of. The mid laners rarely go at it though. Mid lane is kind of a sad position nowadays.
I mean, Goody's he's kind of trying to go at it a little bit. He's like being deceptive with his orbs. He's pushing this wave in. He's not afraid of anything. Probably should be a little bit more afraid.
That was a nice little incinerate stun there, set up by Cleaver.
But Goody denied 2 CS. Worth. Not a whole lot of action outside of that exchange there.
Yes, we are on course for 9 games with Kwangdong ahead here. They were ahead in game 1. And then they took an arrow to the knee.
Yeah, more like a sledgehammer to the knee, let's say.
Oh my God! What is with you and the brutal analogies today?
I mean,
you said something about the fingers and stuff, and
I mean, you're just not telling the full story, you know. It was a bit more than an arrow to the knee.
Yeah, true.
More trauma.
That's
it was not a mere arrow to the knee, Valdez.
Going to meme jail.
He's got level 6. They're getting this Drake. Diak's got under a little bit of pressure. Let's see if they actually are able to turn this into early Rift Herald control.
Yeah, it's not Chemtech Soul either.
Yeah.
Second Drake on the map.
Yeah. 9 games.
9 games. Yeah.
To me, as a professional commentator, the most important thing about this second game in this final series is that we go to 9 games. Doesn't matter about who wins. Doesn't matter about the comps. Doesn't matter about the players' feelings. Okay. I want 9 games. Like I said, I will get what I deserve. This might be our last chance.
You've done your time. You put in the effort.
I want to have
day in, day out.
I want to have a speech like Tidus in Final Fantasy X where he says it's his last chance, but it's actually about the 9-game day. And about how Kwangdong Freaks need to stand up to Live Sandbox here. They're standing up to Guti a little bit. Just a little bit. He didn't go first strike.
Oh.
Long-range turret shot.
Could have been so much gold. Here's Vincenzo trying to set something up on Ilima. Nice flash forward as Ilima is in trouble. Does have flash. He's just trying to get this kill, and actually he will with the Q. We got a fight down in bottom side. 2 kills for Kwangdong Freaks. They are coming back and trying to make this 9-gamer a thing. Ignore that Vincenzo just got a kill to clean it up. That's not as important as Bull.
The magic, Valdez. The magic of the 9-game night. I can feel it in my bones. I can feel it in my knee that was neither wounded by an arrow or smashed by a sledgehammer. It's just that kind of night, as Diablo's going to get queued on here. A little bit late on the cleanse, my friend. It's not really cleansing the Lee Sin kick. Unfortunately, we'll be dead. DED. That's a Varus. It's Bull's Varus.
Yeah.
Lethal tempo. Bull Varus. The
attacking
prophecy.
really fast.
The prophecy, Valdez.
We better get an Elder Flip in one of these games. Then we have the full completion. Like everything happens. We get every part of the Challenger stream in one go, in one day.
In one single night. The most memorable night of LCK Challengers in LCK Challengers history. On the global stream.
Well, Purge is going to get this for free.
He is.
Yeah, you got that first Hex Tech.
So, Hex Tech going over, Herald going over, Varus with a lead, Renekton with a lead, Lee Sin, lead.
Leads in?
Yeah, leads in. Any, you know, we'll get there. We'll get there.
Yeah, it's going even. It's okay. It's good.
Should have taken first strike, but, you know. Level 8. Man, we're getting to the nitty-gritty. As Gore Drinker's picked up for Courage early.
Wow.
Early Gore Drinker. It is gonna get fiery here on this next Chemtech Dragon.
Do you think it's gonna be Infernal Soul?
I think it's gonna be either Infernal or Cloud. I'm hoping for Infernal.
I think it's gonna be Ocean Soul again. I think it's just gonna be...
Well, that sounds like the most likely scenario to lead to a crazy challenger situation. As Guti, that's not what you want. She just giggled though this time. She didn't actually say that.
Yeah, so I had to fill in the gaps.
Oh, thanks. I appreciate it.
I'm just doing the job.
Courage, vision check. Clearing it out. Plates going down. Plan B hit level 6. Careful, careful, Ando. Careful.
Steady.
I'm not a biased caster.
okay.
I'm just a caster looking for 9 games of entertainment.
It has nothing to do with the teams at all. Nintendo, just passing by, trying to be useful here. Goody is taking a big bunch of damage. Tibbers gets another whack in there. As ooh, that's pretty close with the Q.
Zoning them out of some CS. 7 CS behind. 9 games confirmed.
It's just a guarantee at this point.
Ilima, 30 CS up, not in team, not all inning. Still, I mean, there's no Divine Sunder just yet, but he hasn't messed it up. He might be messing it up. I think he's messing it up, Valdez.
Now, he does have Dominus.
Is he going to turn it back again?
Yeah, he might be able to get this kill on a Diehawk. Pretty close for the Q. Maybe not enough rage, not really doing that burst boom damage. But
that's
look
a whole
at this.
turret. Yeah.
It's so, like, Diablo's not going to have nearly the same game that he did in game 1.
I actually thought Ilima was maybe going to end up getting taken out there, but with how, I mean, both of these champions don't have their Sunders yet, he's in the position to actually just kind of walk it out. Survives there, has 2 plates to his name now, and in fact, it's Diehawk who backs first. Ilma's hanging out. He's healing up, he's reneked, he's going to get another plate while they also get bottom dragon. Where is the macro, Live Sandbox?
It is Lane Kingdom as it is Ocean Soul in this game. But hey, I mean, they get these first 2 Drakes very early. Maybe if they get a couple more, a good 10 minutes. It'd be 22 minutes of the game, you have Ocean Soul.
She
Not
did
bad.
it! Guti, 74 gold down.
He's in the lead.
Look at the numbers are going up. They're going up. Look at him clear the wave. The numbers are going up.
Every-
14.
Every lane is winning.
He's like 130 gold up now.
That's pretty huge. I'm pretty confident now that Cleaver's gotten across the line here. Swear you
Ocean
was
Soul.
listening, showing us the gold. Yes, very much a lot of gold here. In favor of Guangdong Freaks, you can see overall about 4,000. And what comes next?
What do you mean?
Like in the League of Legends, what comes next?
Oh, I was gonna say. I mean, well, the 9th game, obviously, between Guangdong Freaks and Live Sandbox, will very likely Live Sandbox choose blue
games
side.
are happening. Yeah.
Well, what comes next is the next objective fight. So, Sunder, once that's done for Diehawk, maybe we can see Live Sandbox put up a fight here on the second Rift Herald. We need to see some engages. This time they're not getting donated a massive lead to the Kaisa, as Ilma's going to take out another plate here and potentially just the whole turret.
The timing of this is perfect. It's 40 seconds before the plates go down, and Courage comes up here. Probably Ilma's calling him up. Hey, let's put on some pressure. I can get these last 2 plates. It is so much extra money. They get 5 plates in bot, 5 plates in top, and 0 plates in mid.
Ilma, weakest performance in game 1. Got an early lead, but then kind of ran it down the lane a little bit. And we're like, what are they doing? They're prioritizing the Renekton. Kai'Sa's up, Rail's up. Just going to do that. Not going to pick these 5 prior champions. We were a little bit disappointed. What happens in reality? 40 CS lead. All plates. First brick. Second brick. They got both turrets. They got topside control. Rift Herald spawning. Everything
Double
you
brick.
think you know about challenges. Every idea you've ever had. Any concept could just be turned on its head on the 9-game day. You just don't... You just can't see it
Anything
coming.
is possible.
You just can't know.
That is the wonder. That is the allure of the Challenger Day.
1 in 17 who got obliterated in game 1. Game 2, 1,750 plate gold.
How do they do it? How do they manage it? All the LCK teams are trying to figure it out, and yet they still cannot.
It's just, it's the magic.
Yeah, they don't have the Challenger's magic. That's why.
You can keep your 6-game day up. I prefer the magic.
All right, this is a good-looking one for Live Sandbox, as only 2 people elect to fight. We do have double TP coming in here, as it is the shutdown for Diablo, but let's take a look at this frontline. Cleaver and Ilima leading the charge. Lots of low health bars. on the side of the sandbox. That's a stun to come in onto one as in goes Vincenzo. He's looking for the shutdowns and he will not get a single one as Bull will just barely survive and pick it up.
We did not curse it. The dream is alive. Ilima is...
The magic.
is charmed, and Guti is as alive as the 9-game dream as he walks away, but that was a sick fight from Ilima. Ults takes all that damage, and Renekton is so strong in this meta, but when you're this far ahead, it is kind of unreal, as even his Phage is going to get value in this fight. Chains of Corruption here initially blocks the engage from Plan B, but he's still able to flash with a delayed Magnet Storm here. But Bull, he's the one who isn't touching, and Ilma appears. He teleports in. The hero looking for redemption after a loss in game 1. He bounces back in a big way, and then Bull, the on-hit bars god. Does he miss? No. Does the stun come through from Annie? Yes. Does Vincenzo get a reset? Not on the 9-game day!
If this was a cringe 7 or 8 game day, he would have gotten that reset. The Viego would have gotten a quadra kill. We might not even be here. Might have just already ended. Might have just been the end of the day. Take a look at this gargantuan gold lead he has in the top.
Yeah, 2,600.
2,600 gold.
A whole team would be lucky to have that in 16 minutes. And Vincenzo's trying to make a play. He will not commit.
He will not make a play.
I mean, in this time, Ilma can actually go on the Jax. He's 2 levels up. Like, this time the Jax doesn't actually win.
Yeah.
I mean, he will eventually,
Times
but
have changed.
I don't know if the game actually goes that long.
Yeah.
Okay, Viego, calm down.
We do a little poking, you know.
It's a little, see, that's a little pokey stick. He's got his like toilet paper roll sword. He's back in elementary school. This is a dead turret. I don't even know if the charge is required, but we'll be committed to this disengage so they can get this soul point. Diehook's going to try to get some bounty gold here, but it is going to be the Ocean Soul Point that's picked up. And he'll pick up some bounty gold for his team, but the scenario here is quite dire, as Diablo is also rocketing his way towards that 2-item spike with the Asher's Tooth, because even Futures Market did pick up that kill earlier. So there's a window back in, as much as I want to say it's only the 9-game dream. But now I've done my legally obligated, there's a window back in statement, and so I'm going to go back to hyping the 9 games.
Yeah. We thought.
Contractually obligated to tell you guys that Live Sandbox might win. However, buy into the 9-game hype.
Yeah. Buy in. It's time to buy. Cleaver? Ooh.
She's not going to be laughing after this.
Yeah, he's dead. Okay, nice pick. Diablo gets the kill, you know. If they're going to find an angle in, you got to start with some little picks here. It's not like a crazy Solus happening, right? 1 by 1. And, well, we're just hoping it doesn't happen again.
Look, just suddenly, out of nowhere, the Ari Viego duo appears.
Yeah.
And then Kai'Sa picks up the kill. Like, they're just trying to empower this guy. They knew Diablo, as we did, was the POG of game 1. And now they're trying to use him to deny us the 9-game night. They're feeding him money. They're putting it in his inventory. He's got his Nasher's Tooth.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit concerned, Valdez. Only a little bit, but a little bit.
A little bit concerned Doge right now. And, I mean, these W's are about to start flying.
I mean,
They're about to start flying.
they are going to start flying. He's got enough AP for the evolve and the resets.
Hit Q, take Q. Hit Q, take Q. Very nice kick. As, oh, he didn't hit the knockup. Is it going to matter? Is Cleaver, okay. Hit Q, take Q. That is the way.
Courage's family, assumedly, is here, and he is playing his heart out for them tonight. Hit Q, take Q. The Everfrost was really sad, and okay, it's time for the W's to fly.
No.
No.
No W's. Only Q.
Only missing W's.
Only Sonic Wave. The Sandbox are going to wave their 2-0 goodbye.
That's right. That's what's gonna happen.
Hit Q. Oh, he actually started.
They're just pushing
never
mid
mind.
super hard, and then I mean they're getting value in all these lanes now. Look at what Ilma is not doing. That's right, it's inting this time. He's got Gore Drinker and Sterix. He may be up an item, but he respects the Jax.
Yeah.
Even a level and a half ahead. This time, he's not walking up. This time, he's not going to get stunned. He's here
This
for the
time,
9-gamer.
it's different. He knew that if he had tried a lot in game 1, there's a potential they get the 2-0, right? He didn't want that. He knew about the 9 game, of course. The basic Giga Chad that he is, and he decided, well, we need 9 games.
Well, like, here's the thing. At this point, Ilma was just like, well, we got to lose one of these two for the 9-gamers. I guess I'll take the hit in game 1. So he just walked up to Jax and said, you can have it.
Let's have a fight, you know, like, best man wins. Like,
but
if I get
now,
you this time, you get me next time, right? Okay.
Now he's got a job to do, Valdez.
Yeah, now he's on a mission. Now it matters. Okay, flash forward. They're trying to catch Courage, pick by pick. I mentioned it before. And
now
they get
he's
a
got
kill
the Lee Sin.
and the teleport that gets canceled by a Jax in the side lane. So Ilma trying to TP in front of the Jax.
Oh, what a dramatic player. He's keeping it interesting, isn't he, for us as Cleaver. Cleaver, he looked like maybe he wanted to collapse there, but I don't think he had the numbers to back that up. As heading towards Baron here, I mean, it's 21.5 minutes in. I don't think either of these teams is quite at the level of damage just yet to actually commit to that. Teleport down on the Renekton is actually huge, though, because Dahlia can now put some additional pressure on, because he's got his Cleaver, so it's a 2-to-2 item scenario, and he can actually kill the Renekton now, straight up, even a level down.
Wolf, can you hear it? It's the 8-game.
No! No, Valdez. I can't hear it. I don't listen to such things. They don't enter my brain. I have a clean mind.
We have blocked them
and
out.
a clean spirit.
Well,
and
you and I have cast many a cringe 7 or 8 gamer, so I don't know how clean the spirit really is, but it's okay.
Andil looking for the pick.
Oh, he's gonna get the pick. That's gonna feed that Diego pretty nicely. TP does come in, as now Dihuk looking for the trade, but Ilma is literally a raid boss, as Vincenzo just gonna get out of there. But Dihuk has different thoughts about this, as Goody now is coming over the wall. They're gonna catch the Alistair, and all of a sudden, that 8-game day is calling me. I'm cringing a little bit. Oh no, the flash forward gonna get the stun. Dihuk still full health, so is Diablo. And the W is gonna land for the double kill.
Oh no, Diablo's getting fed. Diablo's getting fed.
This game is turning around. Live Sandbox.
He's a 9-game denier.
They want to deny it.
He said, no, I'm not. There's no 9 games. There's no curse.
No.
I think the Neo Wolf he just needs some medical attention. This is not actually going to be the 9-game day. There's no weird superstitions. Here we're the stronger team. We're the 2-6 team, not the 1-7 team. And they're going to get the picks. They're going to get 4 kills. And history may repeat itself again. As while this engage seems tempting, it definitely wasn't the play here, because Rel is very tanky and Bull has no vision
Bull
here
just
whatsoever.
dies.
He just walks straight forward. He paths right into an 8-game day. He was walking right into it.
Why did he walk that way? No.
He said people need to go home. I said, no, Bill. We're going to stay in here all night.
We're sleeping here. We're sleeping.
I need a 9-gamer. I need an Elder Flip.
Yeah.
As
You
at
get
least
the
this is a
9
cool
games.
play, but ultimately it is going to be at a heavy cost. As in live, we're setting up for that Soul now. This would be huge. It will really help against the Kaisa.
Oh boy. This game is anybody's game now. I mean, Live Sandbox here, they're only down 2,000 gold. Diablo's fed again. And the Kaisa, especially because the Kaisa can stay alive much easier. Now, Bull does have double summoner up. And Diablo is down a flash. And who knows, maybe Live Sandbox saying, well, we have to go all in on this Drake. We don't know what's going to happen with that, but let's see.
Okay, Courage here. I mean, if you're grouped up like this, eventually somebody's going to take it. You want it to be the front line. You do not want it to be the back line. Ilma's very low. They have the Ocean Drake, the solo Ocean Drake, which is going to help them heal up a little bit, but it's not too significant. The Soul will be much more helpful to, allow them to hit something and get the health back. But Plan B here, seemingly alone. He has a control board here. This is actually such a sick setup for the flank to end the 9-game dream, man. He and Jax coming over here together. There's no vision, no idea. This could be a disaster.
Oh.
It's going to be a disaster. It's a
boy.
disaster.
It's a disaster. The Plan B magnet Magnet Storm is huge as Diablo is in the back line. Illima is taking up a storm, but he immediately goes down. Live Sandbox, they're looking to deny us what we all wanted. They want the 2-0 for themselves.
No, the 9-gamer. The 9-gamer.
We were so close.
The antithesis of the 6-gamer.
Cleaver did 0
The
damage.
full-length Challengers experience. Why can't I ever have this?
Why do we have to be the cringe duo?
Only the Chronicler Atlas duo. Why are we the cringe duo? Oh no, I'm definitely not getting invited to Worlds. Oh, the Kwangdong freaks, they just didn't know.
No.
It's Ocean Rift, there's a big bush.
They were
Diok's
missing the
over
critical
wall,
information, man.
and it was a disaster. A four-man, actually
God.
3-man Magnet Storm with the Jax follow-up here. The Counter-Strike itself isn't that massive, but
Stop playing bars, please.
yeah.
Please. All right, so surely Kwangdong freaks come back from this, right?
No, it's turning red, Valdez. They're showing us it's turning red. It's a 1,600 gold
We have
lead.
fallen off a cliff, a 7,000 gold lead cliff.
Why does Plan B hate fun? Why does he hate fun? Why does he hate longer games?
Yeah.
Why does he want his team to do well in the standings?
So they were down 7,000 gold, and Diablo is still 7-1 at the end of it. Like he went through hell and back, and
Yeah.
he's like, yeah, okay, not even a scratch, 7-1.
I think, I mean...
And why did they give him Kaisa?
no,
Okay.
Valdez is not about the draft.
I know.
Actually,
but,
it kind of is, but
it's. I mean,
it's about map, control,
surely
vision,
you can. Yeah,
vision holes.
he's 15. Yeah.
I'm just...
Diablo to C9 in a few years? No.
I'm quitting I'm quitting the 9-game faith after this fight.
Yeah, after this,
I'm actually
giving
never
up.
asking him again.
We've lost all hope.
I'm never begging for it.
We're
I'm
the
never
cringe
gonna
duo now,
feel
so
hopeful.
only 7 and 8 gamers
Yeah.
every day.
We actually will
No
officially
6, no 9.
rebrand to the cringe duo after this.
I mean, we have to
I think
It
that's what
is
it
our
means.
identity.
Yeah, that's. I mean,
to get this close and to to go so far just to have nothing. As I was wondering about this before, like why doesn't Diablo have blue? For a second, my heart skipped a beat. I'm like, there's nobody just stole that blue, and then I remembered.
yeah, we share.
It's a new patch.
We share.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Have you unbanned me on We don't have LPL mod, okay? Sorry, I'm sensitive. It's a sensitive time for us here on the
Yeah.
desk.
No, I don't watch LPL. Watch here. They don't even want you there, clearly. So like, just come hang out with us instead. We're very supportive, and we'll make sure you're never banned here. Send me a DM if you're ever banned. You have immunity now.
Yeah.
You caught me in a vulnerable position, and now you have immunity.
We better not see Diablo leave. I want to just watch this guy play Kai'Sa all game long. All day, wait. What?
All season
All the
long?
time.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, not just this game. Yeah, no, Kai'Sa's in a really good spot. He's playing it really well. And here we are, looking for the pick
Courage.
onto Courage. And yeah, he's dead. Down he goes. That's just a free Lee Sin. And it should be the free Baron here, as he will spawn about 6 seconds after it spawns itself.
Yeah. Not to mention that this Kaisa that has wave clear and poke and burst, and also insane engage range, just kind of making things happen. If they can't catch her, something you can do. Now you don't want to chase her because you know what's in that bush.
Bull's like, I'm done. He just stops moving. He's like typing in the chat like he's solo queue raging or something. No, he's not. But it's a rough time, and I just wonder how they're going to be able to stop this Baron. Well, the Sandbox are not going to start it up right away, as they're looking for the fight, actually.
They are doing so much with vision manipulation.
Oh,
Oh,
God.
everybody's trapped. Plan B on the flank again. Another disaster!
Oh, another one! No, the Magnet Storm, and Bull dies again. He did 200 damage. As, okay, everybody's getting into the cluster here, as Diablo in a little bit of trouble. Incinerated the follow-up for the Alistair.
Wait.
Isn't Andil turning it around? Andil kills the Kaisa, and Kwangdong freaks are winning the fight now.
Get that Jack! Still let that Jax get away. He's got to teleport. I don't like it. It makes me uncomfortable. I don't trust like that, Valdez. He's still alive.
Oh, they're going to get the Baron.
They're gonna get the Baron, probably. There's no teleport wards. Vincenzo has no flash. He has Heartbreaker. He's trying to heal up. Well, they're going to get this. Wards on the edge. They have 3 wards. There's a way. Or was this going to be sure?
TP?
Okay, here's that Jax TP. Oh my god. No, Valdez, no!
Not like this. Oh, Nintendo's going all the way around. Oh, it's getting close. They're keeping it at this health, and no, they're getting. Oh no, they're all getting too low. Cleaver's gonna go down, and so is the Lee Sin. They got wiped. The Baron at 2,000 health.
Don't let that Jax go with 50 health. Don't let him go.
Just
Don't
hit the
let him
Baron
go.
and smite it at least.
No.
Come on.
Oh, come on.
Oh, it's so
Oh. 30 minutes, 30-minute Baron. The base is going to get opened up here. There's standing
Thanks for
gold.
the
There's
leash,
so the
XDB.
sad B from Plan B. You're supposed to be the happy B. You're Plan B, no sadness. No denial of 9 gamers. Oh, look at this. Diehuck and Goody coming in. The split is actually pretty good on the Counter-Strike, and Ilma's flash is fantastic. And then the re-engage comes through with the stopwatch from Goody. It's too good. There's no damage here. Cleaver, he's Annie. He's got no burst. He's got no sustained damage. And the Baron is just sitting here on Team Live Sandbox.
It was such a close situation because I saw Cards was hitting the Baron like 2-3 times after his team had already peeled off of it, but it was so low that I don't blame him at all. I think it was just, you know, everybody's got to be on the same page. Like, either just burst it down and smite it away, because if you get it off the map, then, you know, even if you die, like, it's a really dire situation. Just, you know, don't go for that. And even the Elder Flips being denied. Like, Live Sandbox are just taking one by one these, like, tiny little ocean breaks that don't matter.
Yeah, just...
Like, we could have just had Quantum Freaks take the one dragon, and at least we could get an Elder Flip.
Yeah.
As, you know, a little bit of condolences for our no 9 gamer.
Cringe caster duo over here getting the cringe 8 gamer.
파란팀의 포탑이 파괴되었습니다.
Oh, man.
It's going to be a hard night tonight, Valdez.
It's going to be a rough one.
Not sleeping well. Not sleeping well tonight.
Yeah.
Guti getting in there.
Oh,
Charm. That is a nearly dead Annie 100-0. And
Goody's like stepping up and making these crazy plays. Like, Live Sandbox are so invested in not letting this get to the next game.
the good news for Quantum Freaks is that they had all of those turrets up, so the inhibitors aren't threatened yet. Still 50 seconds to go. The bad news is that's a lot of extra money to Live Sandbox. As Diehuck's level 18, they're trying to kill him. He is a Jax. He has Zonias. He will not die. He's not interested. Ilma is also now basically dead.
Okay, they're looking for the play. Oh, the timing on the
Stopwatch.
Sonias. And Goody's just going to flash away. But the damage being done to Plan B here. Getting close. W going to hit. And that's a Q from Bull. He's stepping up now. Hitting some big Qs. He's got some poke, he says.
All right, well, that's the end of the Baron. They only get 1 inhibitor. Still significant, but... Well, there's a Nexus for Kwangdong Freaks. Still a chance of the 9-gamer.
Hey, we had DRX fall behind, lose 3 inhibitors. It was a very, very different game scenario and draft, but let's ignore that for a second. Kwangdong Freaks, they're only down 1 inhibitor. There
Everything
is
is
still a chance.
possible. That's what Chroniclers. That's the Chronicler Challenger's tenet.
If you believe enough, just have to believe.
Look, once upon a time, all of those numbers were blue. Now they're red. They could become blue again. They could become blue again. Yeah.
Do you work for the LPL? No, I don't work for the LPL. Who is this guy?
Who is this guy?
Oh,
I mean, I wouldn't mind doing some guest work. Like, they should call me. But no. But Chronicle, that was a Din Jax. This is a Renekton. He doesn't hurt the turrets. He doesn't hurt them. He doesn't push in the side. He doesn't win the side. He can't do it. But he can't do it alone. And it's Nanny. You know, there's no sides in this game. They need to win a fight.
Yeah.
They actually need to win multiple.
Just need to burst it. We're seeing Mundo showing us the excellent amount of bounce damage. I mean, Bull does a ton as well.
I mean,
So
he's
waves
got
don't
Riftmaker.
really matter.
He can actually do a lot in a team fight if he's set up properly. This is, you know.
Casters work for the Muffin Man. Yes, absolutely. I always, yeah, that's my day job.
Okay, now
When I come cast here.
the Void Seeker missed. You have a small window of reprieve.
Yeah, Quantum Freaks only needs to kill Kai'Sa, Viego, and Jax, and then they get a chance. It's
They
that
can
easy.
kill Reld and leave, and then maybe win the fight. You know,
Leave Sin.
he's not leaving. Not until the Nexus is dead. One of the two of them. He's not going anywhere, Valdez.
Yeah.
You know what? I'll go ahead and promise you right now, he's not standing up off of that desk until one of these Nexuses are gone. There is no chance.
I believe that, yeah. Oh, boy. So, what happens is you should not stand next to the minions because then the lightning will bounce on you.
Yes.
Do you see this? 4 people all moving together to avoid the 1W.
Well,
it's so ridiculous. Oh, we're going in.
Okay.
Well, okay, he's
Hit
just...
Q, take Q, Valdez.
Hit Q, take
Dodge
Q.
the W.
It's going very deep as, oh, the Everfrost value. Jesus, as the Magnus Storm comes in and bullets in the front line. He's just going to die for nothing again. Illima's dying to die hook as well. Oh, man, this game is over. Illima might be able to get away. Ondil looks like he might as well, but W comes down. Diablo does have flash, but I think they're just going to go for Illima and maybe just push down mid lane and end the game. As Vincenzo gets
He's
the
getting in
GA.
there. Ondil's just trying to buy time. He's just trying to buy time for Death's timers as Illima actually gets out. I don't know if it's going to matter. I don't think it's going to matter because he's not going to be able to do anything.
Oh, man.
He can't even back.
The game is over.
It's over. It's
Congratulations to Live Sandbox. You got your 2-0. I hope you're happy. You better be.
I'm going to give
Otherwise,
that.
yeah.
I'm going to give that vote over to Plan B. He had a fantastic game.
We're voting for the support here. I'm glad that we can do that again now, at least, you know?
Yeah. Thought it was a really good game for him on Royale. The Vision game for Live Sandbox was actually so good. And I think that Quantum Freaks just started tripping over themselves in the late game because they just didn't have the ability to check it safely, and they could not. I mean, they were just feeling so much pressure. I mean, the poke was coming in. There's engage angles they can't see. They can't be in mid. They can't be in their base. If you're sitting in your base, you're going to lose all map control. You have to eventually try to push that mid prio out. And every time they did, Plan B was waiting on the side.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at some of those damage numbers. A little bit more realistic Kai'Sa numbers this time around, but the Viego damage was also big.
Everybody doing their part. And it was a very smooth gold graph. You know, we peaked at about 7,000, and then there was like one fight where Kai'Sa got a couple of kills, and then the game was changed forever. And we eventually made it down 10,000 gold as they won the game. Live Sandbox in the lead. They take the 2-0. We don't get the 9 games.
I'm never getting the 9 game. I'm ready to move on from believing it could happen to me.
If Crony and Atlas get 9 games next week, I will be so sad. Not even happy or
No, I mean, I actually
not
just don't
angry
care anymore. I'm
or
done.
disappointed.
I'm done, Valdez. I'm not going to be sad or mad.
Yeah,
We're
I
the
mean,
cringe casters. We don't
we're
get those.
emotional now, so you know it's hard to think straight. I mean, 9 games is still very important, of course, but
We don't get those.
seems like we just don't get them. Yeah, you might be right about the Varus pick. I think it has a time and place, but Kai'Sa right now is, I think, by and far the best AD carry, and there were some things that happened in draft that you know.
What's solid plated bull dust?
It wasn't a good.
What's? Oh, I see. I get it now.
I don't get it.
It's a euphemism.
Oh,
She's
I
saying
see.
that actually I do care, and that what I just said was
Yes.
a bold-faced lie.
I see. Can we have your link?
Yeah, I'm Proxy Wolf on Twitter and on Instagram
He's coming after us, the LPL guy.
and on Discord.
I am Brendan Valdez. Yeah. That's
Please
us.
follow me on Twitter.
Cringe Duocast. That's what we're here for.
I do occasionally post about things that aren't 9 game days because I'm cringe.
Yeah, sometimes.
Plan B's gonna get it.
That's nice.
Only 50% kill participation is actually quite low considering how much of an impact I think he had this game. I mean, it was a high kill game. A lot of those kills were wonky and weird, and were Bull just frankly walking across the line. Plan B won every major team fight, but he did not kill Bull every single time. Sometimes
Yeah,
that
in the
was...
early game there were like some kills here and there that he was just not a part of, but that was when Live Sandbox were losing. And then once they started winning, it was due to Plan B really stepping up and winning a lot of big team fights for the team.
I'm on
he is
Twitch.
on Twitch.
I'm about to post in the chat right now.
He's not, the consistent streamer.
I'm certainly not,
but he is there. Here we are at C4, as Astronautilus has said, is the Cringecaster community corner, and chat is, it's somewhere in there. Maybe Cringecaster and chat community corner at C5 this time, only for us.
I also do part-time. Now, most people don't know this because they only know me from LCK and LCK Challenge, but actually I'm a part-time mod in the LPL chat.
Yeah, according to that one guy, Pratty009 or whatever, yeah. Can you please unban me from LPL?
But like, I actually have a very strict process for how I decide to ban and unban
He also said earlier, he's like, I did some things that were pretty naughty. I'm like, well, there's probably a reason why you're banned. Are we also cringe? I mean, it does kind of rub off, doesn't it?
Nah, I don't think they're cringe.
You guys aren't. I mean, it's just, you might feel it from, like, emanating from this cast. So, what are you going to do?
Got some a little bit of waiting to do, me and you.
Yeah.
To before we go into this this next section of show. So I just want to say, everybody, thanks for supporting us. Like, we tried really hard to get the 9-game day.
We're getting really excited.
I really believed in it. I thought we could do it. I thought Kwangdong could do it. I thought the lead was immense. Like, I felt bad for doubting the Illima Renekton pick, the priority. But
I never felt bad about that. I knew it was right.
Maybe it didn't happen because you got excited. Maybe it didn't happen because I'm not going to get into it.
You don't want to say something when you're mad, right? You don't want to regret saying that. Yeah. We are AI, okay? It wasn't a KT match, so we can get excited. It's fine. And nowadays, you can even get excited for KT. I have said multiple times on the desk that I was excited for KT and their current streak, and things are going fine.
Yeah, as it turns out, we're not very superstitious here, except with 9-game day stuff. Until after tonight, I won't be anymore, but I was.
Times have changed.
I was, and I'm not anymore.
Who is the KT of Challenger?
Hanwha Life, probably, to be honest. Yeah. Every time you think, like, wow, this team's doing really well, and then...
Yeah, kind of.
It could also be DRX, kind of, but, like, I think it's more Hanwha, because DRX actually wins stuff.
Yeah, they're a little consistent, you know? If they're going to play well, they're going to play well. If they're not going to play well, they're not going to play well. And they did lose to Bro earlier today. So, Wolf, can you unban my Nintendo account?
No, I saw what you were doing on that, and I think that's really inappropriate.
Yeah, so that's not what Animal Crossing is used for, honestly.
In all seriousness, like, if you're banned, like, I can't actually help but, like, legit, like, you're not gonna get unbanned. Like, Nintendo's not gonna unban you. They don't do that. They don't unban people. So I hope you're not actually banned, because you should probably make a new one. Rip your games.
Yeah. Well, it's okay. Who won? The fans. The fans won.
To be honest, Pratty, I don't normally like to talk about this, and I know there's a few people, 1,000 people watching, but, like, don't let this get out. I have a little secret. There's a way to chat in LPL, even if you're banned. You make an account called Pratty007. It actually has a James Bond theme to it, so, like, it seems natural. No one's gonna suspect you. Go in there, boom, post in the chat. You're in there. Now, it doesn't have to be 007, but I think it's the most natural way.
Did you just show a knee on cast?
No.
No, okay.
No. Certainly not. No.
Definitely didn't happen.
No, absolutely not.
Okay. Yeah, they're just trolling. Maybe our creators are creating new AI. I don't know. It's possible, but we wouldn't be aware of it.
Pratty, we casters can't make it to 9.
Yeah, we can't make it to 9. But maybe Pratty can. I don't know. Yeah. Well, at least Live Sandbox, I mean, they should have been the better team, and they were.
And they were.
They did pull it back from a 2-0.
Actually, I feel like they really were the better team, to be honest.
They really were. It ended up being that this one was actually the most one-sided match. Even more than Bro DRX, which ended up being very close, as we saw. Or even very one-sided to Bro. So,
and then the KT series was like all one-sided games, but went back and forth. But yeah, this was the one I was like, Kwangdong might just be too weak of a team. And then I believed for a second, but turns out your first instinct, go with your first instinct, you know, generally speaking.
Yeah. So here we are. It is a bit depressing, but it's okay, you know. We got it out of the way, you know, we got the 8-gamer. This, like, the worst part is that it wasn't just an 8-gamer, is that we got so close to it being a 9-gamer, and then it wasn't. Right? Like, if the first series was 2 games and then the others were 3, that's still pretty cringe, but it's less cringe. Because at least we know we're like, well, the 9-game dream is done, and we might be a little cringe, you know, might get some extra action, and that could be cool, you know, we can make a story out of it, but this is just sad.
Yeah, this is kind of how I felt when Damwon got beaten by EDG in the finals. Yeah, I kind of felt like this. I was like, oh, yeah, we're going to do it. Like, 3 out of 4 LCK teams.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then the next year, it was like, oh, okay, 3 out of 4 teams, and then DRX won. We're like, oh, that's kind of weird. I don't know what it means, but like, it was a really cool hype run. And now everyone's just like forgotten about that because of the LPL winning in Messiah in dominant fashion.
They always do that.
So I've moved on from being obsessed with my region success. That was the first big change I've made. You know,
now you're obsessed with 9-game
now
days.
Then I was, but now I'm no longer obsessed with 9-game days.
What's your new obsession?
I don't know. That's the weird thing. Like, I don't know what I'm gonna hone in on now.
You need a little time and a little bit of off time to, you know, do some
self-reflection.
Yeah, kind of think about, you know, what it is you truly value. Maybe it was the 9 games in the first place that
you know
were
what?
cringe.
It's kind of maybe I'm a 6-gamer guy now.
Maybe
Maybe that's what I'm looking for.
6-gamer.
Maybe I'm actually just trying to be like, what about
I mean,
like the clean gameplay? Like, I want to see like stompy games. So maybe that's what
that
I
becomes
like.
your thing now. It's like
I don't
looking
like elder
forward
flips.
to some great, consistent challenger beatdowns.
You just want to see some good macro. I want to see the better
24-minute games.
Running circles around. Yeah, 24-minute games. Like early first blood, double kills, any Zeri moments. Like maybe that's what I'm looking for, Valdez.
Kaisa moments. You know,
that's the new thing.
Because you get 2 kills, you buy your Nasher's Tooth, and then you win the game. Apparently, that's just the new thing. But it's challengers. Yeah, I mean, well, true.
Valdez, he's got a good point though. Maybe I should be about the 6-game day.
I mean,
look at it in all of its near glory.
Chronicler and I were a 6-game day people duo a couple weeks ago.
This was the closest we will ever get, Valdez.
Yeah, I feel like you and I, we've mostly done 7-gamers and 6-gamers, but to get the 8-game and get so close wasn't meant to be. Nongshim move ahead. Bro are catching up. They're looking better and better every day. DRX struggling. And Live Sandbox 2-0. Good stuff. Good draft priority, I would say. I think they came in with a very good understanding of the meta. Drafted accordingly. Kwangdong Freaks, probably the exact opposite. But they tried. They tried their best. They had a lead in Game 2 and even in Game 1, but still some work to be done on their side.
Here are our final standings. This is the -12 I was talking about. Unfortunately, did come to pass for Kwangdong Freaks, but their Sandbox taking an extra leap ahead of T1. T1 will also have to 2-0 their next series in order for them to tie. That'll be their final series of the season. They will be playing it tomorrow. So we do have a few teams now complete, right? Well, all of the teams that played today have finished their first round robin. I said season, but round robin, last game of the round robin. So a few teams left, and they will be playing tomorrow. The 4 of them, D+. They are on the cusp of the 18-0 perfect season. Or, sorry, round robin. Yeah. Yes. And HLE is a tough opponent for them. T1 versus Gen.G, a precursor to the Saturday Showdown in LCK. Not really, but like we can try to frame it that way for narrative.
Maybe. Yeah.
4-4. Ominous match number.
What does it mean?
It means death.
We'll have to. We'll just have to wait for tomorrow. It is 6th place versus 9th place, which is pretty nice. We also might get to see Nice play, one of T1's mid laners here in Challenger. And then, of course, DK versus someone like esports. DK looking to run it through. Can Humble Life Esports put an end to the streak?
I don't know, but I think they're the best team that's in our league that could be the one to do it. And
They are in second place.
They're in second place. They've looked better. You know, D+ doesn't look invincible, but even when they're massively behind, they turn it around every time. So they're very rarely massively behind, but they have been and then won the game. They have not dropped a single one. So
yeah,
it's been a fun day of LCK Challengers. Not the maximum amount of fun that we could have had, but it was fun nonetheless.
It was fun nonetheless. You know, sometimes cringing is fun. And, you know, maybe next time we get 6 games and then we can feel happy about that. Or perhaps in the future we get 9 games and we can say that we finally did it. Until then, we'll never know because it didn't happen today. You guys will see Atlas and Chronicler tomorrow. Maybe they get 6 games on the 2 series day. That could be like kind of interesting. Yeah. Not as cool. I think for the 2 series day it is 4 games. That's cool. That's coolest because it's like
honestly all 3
in and out.
All 4, 5, or 6 is cool to me on the 2-game Tuesday. It's just chill. It's easy.
2-game Tuesday. There it is. Well, guys, we're done here. We do have to please close in comments. So thank you so much for watching once again, and we will see you tomorrow for more challengers. Have a good night. Bye.